I don't know how to start this video. I really don't. I've been recording the intro for many times now, and I really don't know how to really talk about this because, Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball as well as multiple other things as well, has passed on. And if you don't know him or his work, then you probably would have seen Goku, this character right here. And everyone has possibly seen this around. And if you haven't, I'm very shocked because Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Super has been a very big point, in all anime and all manga and all that. It's just so weird talking about how he's passed on. What you're seeing on screen now is an official word from the official Dragon Ball Twitter account, and it says this: "Dear friends and partners, we are deeply saddened to inform you that the manga creator Akira Toriyama passed away on March 1st due to an acute subdural hematoma. He was the age of 68. It's our deepest regret that he still had several works in the middle of creation with great enthusiasm. Also, he would have had many more things to achieve. However, he has left many manga titles and works of art to this world. Thanks to the support of so many people around the world, he has been able to continue his creative activities for over 45 years. We hope that Akira Toriyama's unique world of creation continues to be loved by everyone for a long time to come. We inform you this sad news with gratefulness of your kindness during his lifetime. Funeral service was held with his family and a few relatives. Following his wishes for tranquility, we respectfully inform you that we would not accept flowers, condolences gifts, visiting, offerings, and others. Also, we ask you to refrain from conducting interviews with his family. Future plans for commemorative gathering is not decided. We will let you know when it's confirmed. We deeply thank you for your understanding and support always. March 8th, 2024, Bird Studio, Capsule Corporation, Tokyo." I wanted to kind of share my first memory of getting into Dragon Ball Z. And it's kind of interesting because if I hadn't seen this one scene, this one thing to completely change my mind and blow it at the same time, then I don't think I would be that into anime that I would be now. And kind of thinking about it, it wouldn't have led me down the path of meeting good people. One of my best friends who we play Dragon Ball fighting because we're both very good at it. And it's one of those things where it's been amazing. So back when there was no streaming services, there was no websites really to watch it, and even if there was, I dear God, it would have been the worst thing. There was a company over here, a very cable company called Sky, and they showed Cartoon Network. And I remember being at my friend's house, or someone that I used to be friends with, and he put on Dragon Ball Z. And I was watching Namek Saga, and I remember seeing like these characters fly around shooting energy balls from their hands. And I turned to my friend and I was like, what the hell is this? This is sad. This is stupid. Like, who could throw energy balls out their hand? Like, this is absolutely stupid. And he turned around and said, like, you need to come back. I think it was the next day or something. And he says, like, you need to watch the next episode because this is going to be the best episode. And I was like, okay, fine. So after school, I went around to the house and I saw Goku transform into a Super Saiyan for the very first time. And at that moment, I had my Dragon Ball awakening, my Dragon Ball Z awakening, that I absolutely fell in love with the series. I had never seen something like that. Granted, like, I've seen stuff like, Thundercats and He-Man and some sort of cartoons over time, but I'd never, ever had seen a man go into a Super Saiyan. Black hair turns into yellow hair, golden hair, blonde hair, whatever you want to call it. And I'd never, ever had seen that. And I was hooked to the point where I went out and got a job to pay for Sky. It was one of the best things that I really wanted, and it was absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I instantly fell in love with it. And this is what kind of brought me to it. Now, again, it wasn't one of those things where it's easy enough to going back and watch Dragon Ball or anything like that. So it was one of those things of like, you had to rely on Cartoon Network, and it wasn't going to go like coming next year, the next saga or something like that. So for me personally, it was a huge moment. And again, I'm very grateful to Akira Toriyama to make this, to bring this to the world, because I do also think that many people watch Dragon Ball for the very first time, or Dragon Ball Z, and were instantly hooked to it. With being online most of the time and seeing how the progression of Dragon Ball Z, and obviously now Dragon Ball Super has like kind of affected like people will go out and exercise because they want the same body as Goku, they want to train, they want to be just like him, and it's a very good kind of motive for it. You know, the amount of like kind of music videos that I think, like the first thing that I edited was maybe a Dragon Ball Z, you know, AMV, which was something that no one really saw over time, and I absolutely fell in love with editing. So if it wasn't for Dragon Ball, you know, or Dragon Ball Z, I don't think that I would have kind of got into editing as earlier as I did, because I generally like that sort of stuff. I think I only made like 1 or 2, and then that was it. You see people drawing and getting into manga, doing the same sort of style, or flexing that muscle that makes them want to draw, to start from the very beginning and kind of work their way up. I have seen some amazing manga artists that have taken his style and kind of made it their own, or kind of adapted it, or just created some amazing fan art. And it kind of makes me like wonder, if Akira wasn't around or didn't make Dragon Ball, like maybe the anime industry and the manga industry hadn't been kind of really influenced a lot. And that's why I think he influenced so many people. He was a very shy guy, he was very kind of private, and he was, from what I remember, it's like he doesn't do many interviews from what I remember, and you know, he wouldn't really kind of talk about things. But from the stuff that he did do, you kind of saw it as like a ray of sunshine that kind of like just shone down on people. One thing I've seen on Twitter is that I've seen a lot of other popular manga artists pay respect, give tribute, draw pictures, and just absolutely share the love of how they got into doing what they do because of what Akira has done. And that kind of like brings a smile to my face when I was thinking about, do I do another video about this? Do I kind of show some of the responses? And I'm very tempted, because sharing their love for Dragon Ball is amazing. It's something to me that I generally love seeing, and you know, it does bring a tear to your eye. You do kind of sit there going, oh wow, like this guy who, again, not many people have met, really look up to him and completely want to kind of like pay their respect. And it's just absolutely amazing seeing this. I know that when I say this, I know that everyone is in agreement, and I want to say thank you, Akira Toriyama. Thank you for bringing these amazing characters, these amazing stories to light, to bring them to us to read, to enjoy, and for the next generation growing up and generations to come. They will always love your art, they will always love your work, and this is one of the best things ever. So again, thank you very much. In closing, I want to show you a clip that I saw online which shows how much that everyone loved Akira Toriyama's work. Now, to give you some context to this, when Dragon Ball Super was airing the Tournament of Power, there was the finale that literally like blew the internet up completely. Crunchyroll was down and no one could really watch it, because this was the pinnacle fight, this most amazing thing, and I want to show you this. I haven't seen something like this probably since Power Rangers, when they closed down the highway for Universal Studios. But let me play the clip, and I want you to see it, because I just think it's amazing.